As we work to adopt our new strategic plan here at Church of the Redeemer, focusing on our mission statement of making new Christians and all Christians new, we will be exploring ways to not only grow our church membership, but to grow deeper into our faith by making intentional relationships both in our church and the greater community. Over the next few minutes, we'll briefly walk through the 4 key pathways that our mission and outreach programs will be adopting, looking at local partnerships, a narrow but deepened international focus, commitment to Redeemer programs, and increased engagement with Alta Vista Elementary School. To understand the direction we are moving, it is important for us to look at where we have come from. Over the past 5 years, the Mission and Outreach Committee at Church of the Redeemer has served primarily as a grant awarding organization. This group of volunteers has worked meticulously to review applications for grants twice a year and awarded money both locally and globally. Our spread went far and wide as we worked to award as many grants as possible. After some reflection on our mission statement and with the support of the Mission and Outreach Committee members, we began to dream of some more intentional ways of entering into the mission field. This takes us to our 4 pathways. We use the term pathways because unlike goals with a set beginning and end, they allow us the opportunity to change, broaden, or narrow our expectations. Our 4 pathways for outreach will be entering into local partnerships with 4 locally based nonprofits, all of whom have been identified by the Mission and Outreach Committee as previous long-time awardees of mission and outreach grants. Our international focus will be narrowed to locations where we consistently send missionaries. We will be looking at a deeper commitment to our Redeemer-funded programs and an increased engagement with our partner elementary school, Alta Vista. More on each of these areas as we move forward. As we enter into intentional relationships with local nonprofits, we are doing so with a 3-year commitment, using both our time and talents by committing to volunteer opportunities and offering a ministry presence with these organizations. And our treasures, thanks to the generous Culver House matching grant, we are able to commit $35,000 a year for 3 years to the following organizations, which offer a broad range of community needs, ensuring that Redeemer's presence is felt across multiple demographics. As one of the founding churches with Resurrection House, Church of the Redeemer has a long-standing history of support and ministry with this faith-based resource center for the homeless. From meal and health and hygiene services to counseling and legal aid, educational opportunities, and so much more, there is something for everyone to get involved with at Resurrection House. Our second partner, Sarasota Medical Pregnancy Center, offers pregnancy-related medical services as well as behavioral and social services that benefit whole families from pre to post-birth. There are multiple needs for volunteers and mentors to get involved. Our third local organization is Meals on Wheels Sarasota. This independent operation of Meals on Wheels receives no government funding. This organization provides daily nutritious meals, social interactions, and wellness checks for the homebound and elderly in our community for free or at low cost. There are volunteer opportunities in the kitchen, packing meals, and delivery as well. Our 4th local partner is Hope Seeds. With headquarters based in Bradenton, this organization helps to address food insecurity, both globally and locally, through sustainable food production, seeds, and educational resources. From community gardens to classroom education, to educating individuals on sustainable farming methods, this organization is helping to break cycles of poverty one seed at a time. Each of these local organizations received agreements and checks in the beginning of September. These agreements will be reviewed and renewed yearly to ensure mutual accountability. Our second pathway is Redeemer's international focus. For the next 3 years, we are committed to working exclusively in the Dominican Republic, channeling both our financial and volunteer resources with 2 initiatives, FLE Santiago, where our teenagers serve in the summer, and to support our adult mission trip efforts. FLE Santiago is a preschool and community center based in Santiago in the Dominican Republic. They offer year-round programming for 3-year-olds through high school graduation. Things like art class and sports activities, English class, and more. They also offer teacher trainings, vocational skill trainings, maternal health support, and feeding programs. Committed to empowering their neighbors, the leadership of FLE Santiago work diligently to be a staple in their community. Our adult mission teams work in conjunction with the Dominican Development Group and the Episcopal Diocese of the Dominican Republic. Working with Episcopal churches, school, and clergy, their trips are designed to answer the call, "Here I am, send me," as they go where their skill sets are needed. Our third pathway is our deeper commitment to Redeemer-funded programs. These programs and organizations have become a line item in the outreach budget, and they will continue to be funded at an increased rate moving forward. These areas are our St. Scholastica grant for public school teachers, which has grown tremendously over the past 3 years, our financial support of Caritas, a local organization that helps with things like rent and utility payments. This organization has become a huge resource to our clergy and our office staff, as we are able to share it with members of our community when they call for help. And our Foster Youth Initiative, which works with Care Portal to meet the needs of local foster families, families working to keep children in their biological homes, and those who are beginning to start the process of kinship care. The FYI team answers calls for physical needs and goes out into the community to make a connection with local families and reminds them that they are seen, loved, and important. Our fourth and final pathway is our increased engagement with Alta Vista Elementary School. This summer, we broke from our relationship with Hope for Communities and Day for Hope as a model for our back-to-school event. Not because it is a bad organization, they do fantastic work in our community. But we wanted to make an experience that was tailored for the individual student at Alta Vista. We spent a year in conversation with their administrative staff to learn more about their needs and how we continue to support them year-round. The administration shared with me that this was their easiest transition back to school yet because the kids had exactly what they needed in terms of uniforms, appropriate school supplies, and yes, shoes. As we continue to support Alta Vista, we have committed money in our budget to help step in to fill in the gaps. As a school that lacks a PTO, we will be helping with things like their upcoming trunk or treat and other special activities that allow their students the same opportunities as their peers at other schools. We will be helping with events like teacher appreciation to help with staff retention, and we will be actively partnering with their reading and tutoring buddies program. We are also excited to start a new program in January called Sunday Suppers. This will be a once-a-month free meal for families to sit down together, hear a Bible story, do a craft, and fellowship. As we continue to develop our relationship with Alta Vista, we will be learning more and more ways that we can get involved. Our Mission and Outreach Committee will be playing a crucial role in the adaptation of our new outreach partnerships model. They will be moving away from a grant awarding committee to a community liaison role. They will be responsible for working with the volunteer coordinators at each of the local organizations to create Redeemer Days for volunteering and tours to help introduce our members to opportunities for volunteerism. And they will be diligently monitoring the work of each organization to report back when it is time to reevaluate our agreements. We cannot do the work that we are doing without their leadership, and I am personally so grateful for each of them. So what's next? We will be spending the rest of 2025 firming up volunteer opportunities with our local partners. On January 4th, we will be hosting Outreach Sunday in Gillespie Hall, where you will be able to meet representatives from each organization and ask your own questions. And we will begin starting to work with our communications department to highlight the good works our partner organizations are doing in the community in our monthly newsletters in the beginning. You can look for that section starting in January. How you can help. First and foremost, pray. Pray for the organizations that we are supporting, the demographics that they are ministering to, and our volunteer coordinators. Become a volunteer coordinator. If you already have an active role with one of our partners, we would love to have you lead a group. Just let us know. Join us for volunteer days, ask questions, and be present. If you know me, you know my motto: love God, love others, and show up. Showing up is probably the hardest one out of those three, but we need you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to contact me anytime. My information is here. And don't forget, when you volunteer with us, you get a cool shirt.